Welcome to A Better Chance for Youth television show with your host, Monique Robinson, where we highlight, celebrate, and recognize students from all over the country who are doing great things in the classroom, community, and athletics. Every student deserves an opportunity for hope and a future. So let's celebrate our students, the next generation of teachers, engineers, entrepreneurs, and future leaders. Join us on another incredible segment of A Better Chance for Youth show with your host, Monique Robinson.
Welcome to day 2 of our Takisha A. Davis Scholarship presentations and awards. So let me tell you, today we are kicking off day 2, round 2, where our scholars will be reading their wonderful essays. But before I get started, let me give a shout out to Miss Zamora. Look what Miss Zamora gave me today. It's so cool. It's actually a shirt, and I don't want to lift up too high because I don't want to flash y'all. But the shirt, it says equality, and then it has all the different characteristics. So shout out to you, and thank you, Miss Zamora. And if anybody want me to wear a shirt they design or a shirt that they may have just to promote, hit me in the inbox, mail it to me. I'll put it on and promote for you. So thank you, Ms. Zamora. Now back to our important information. Now, if you have been watching the Takisha A. Davis Scholarship, this is our 4th year. It might be 5th, but who knows? What we do every year is we find scholars, or they find us. They submit an application. There is no GPA requirement, but however, we will make you work for this stipend. Now, what's unique about this is there is no GPA, like I said, but however, we have 3 phases. Or 4 if you want to count the last one. Now, the first phase, they introduced themselves. That was round 1, and you got to meet all of our wonderful contestants. That was 66. Then we cut it down to the top 50. Right now, we are at the top 32. Now, in order for our scholars to advance to the next round, they need to make it to at least the top 20. But to get to the finals, you got to remain in the top 10. So this is how that is done. If you look around the bottom of the screen, look at the bottom. You can actually vote. It costs $1 for your favorite scholar in the competition. Now, please know that we are not making any funds off of this. Anything that is raised, it goes directly to the scholar because that's what we do. I mean, it's in our name. A Better Chance for You Futures Incorporated. Anywho, I am your wonderful founder, Dr. Monique Robinson, and I am so extremely proud of everyone who have worked hard in this competition. Now, if you've seen yesterday, today we have a extraordinary treat for you. So let me bring on our first guest. Welcome. How are you?
I'm good. How about yourself?
I can't complain. It's not raining today, so at least that's a plus here in Texas. So where are you currently?
Currently, I'm in Bowie, Maryland, at Bowie State University.
Awesome. So you're getting ahead of the game. You already in school. I'm jealous. So how's campus like? New freshman, you in the dorm. How's it going?
I mean, it's going cool so far. Yeah. I got my roommates, my suite mates, starting, getting ahead in my classes. So okay. Yeah, it's going cool so far.
So is it a big change from high school or what?
Class-wise, yes. That's probably the only thing though.
Okay. But you feel like you are overly prepared?
Yes.
Awesome. So, well, congratulations on starting early. Now, as I mentioned to our guests, everyone has to read their essay. Are you ready to do that for us?
Yes, ma'am.
Awesome. I'll give the floor to you.
Okay. So when I think about legacy of historically Black colleges and universities, or HBCUs, I feel a deep sense of pride and responsibility. For generations, HBCUs have been places for excellence, leadership, culture, resilience, and for Black students. They have produced legends in every field, from education and music to politics and science. Knowing that I am about to be a part of that powerful legacy, it inspires me to work even harder in my academic and professional journey to become a music educator in high school and director. This fall, I will be attending Bowie State University, Maryland's oldest HBCU and one of the top HBCUs in the county. I chose Bowie State University not just because of its strong music education program, but also because its rich history and commitment to developing leaders who make a difference. Being at an HBCU means being surrounded by people who understand your background, your goals, your potential. It also means learning about an environment where Black excellence is the standard, not the expectation. HBCUs have always stood just more than just academics. They've also centered around culture, community, and change. Knowing this pushes me to stay focused and motivated because I want to honor the generations of students who have came before me, students who didn't have the same resources or opportunities, but still found a way to succeed. I want to take their example and use it to fuel my journey as I study to become a music educator.
Hold
Music has
somebody.
always been
Sorry, I thought you
oh,
was finished. It's okay. Go ahead.
no. Music has always been a huge part of my life. As someone in a high school music magnet program, a marching band member, I know the power of music and the connection it has to people to teach people discipline and build confidence. I want to become a music educator and band director so that I can pass the gift that was passed on to me to the next generation, especially students who might not have access to strong music programs in their schools. By attending Bowie State University, I'm learning from professors to know how to experts in their fields and who understand the culture of behind music. I know I'll be prepared to serve my future students with the knowledge, passion, and purpose. One of the things I'm most excited about at Bowie State University is continuing my mission at HBCUs promoting diversity, equality, inclusion. These values are already built in the HBCU's experience, but I want to go even further. I plan to be involved on campus, joining organizations that support DEI and student success, whether it's mentoring underclassmen or joining campus discussions or supporting social justice events. I will use my voice to stand up for my fairness and equality. Uplifting my peers another important way I plan to contribute. College can be tough, and sometimes students just need someone who believes in them. I want to be the kind of person who helps others and helps them stay motivated and focused to their goals. Whether it's helping someone study for a test, encouraging a fellow music major to audition for a big performance, I want to create a supportive environment where we all succeed together. That's what HBCUs have always been about, lifting each other up so no one is left behind. Beyond campus, I'm also thinking about I can bring spirit to Bowie State University and mission of HBCUs to my community in Baltimore County. I want to start by advocating for better access to music and arts educations in public schools. To Too often, these programs are underfunded and cut entirely, especially in schools with majority Black and Brown students. As a future educator, I will fight for my students to have access to instruments, music teachers, and performance opportunities. I also hope to create community programs where students can participate outside of school, no matter what their background or income is. I also want to lead by example and show students from my community that they can achieve great things too. A lot of students don't even consider college because they don't see enough people like them going. I want to change that by returning to my local schools to talk to students about Bowie State University, about HBCUs, and about pursuing your passion. Representation matters, and I want to be someone that they can look up to. If they did it, maybe I can too. In conclusion, the legacy of HBCUs motivates me every single day. It reminds me that I am a part of something bigger, a tradition of excellence, leadership, and purpose as I begin my journey at Blue State University. I am committed to doing my part in carrying the legacy forward through hard work, service, and dedication. I will use my music education degree not only to teach, but to inspire, uplift, create, and make a change in Baltimore County and beyond.
Awesome. Wonderful job. I really enjoyed your point of view. Now, I had no idea. Maybe you mentioned it in round one, and there was just so many of y'all. I had no idea that you were going into music education.
Oh, yes, ma'am.
Awesome, awesome. High school, secondary, or elementary?
Honestly, it could really be either one. I can do high school, I could do middle school, I could do elementary school, either one.
Okay, okay. Well, you know what? I look forward to great things, and I am extremely excited that you are already in the space to where you're getting a head up on everybody else and getting acclimated to campus. So I wish you much success in the contest, and who knows? Look, I told them, you know, vote for you. I see. I
Thank
got it
you.
across the bottom of the screen for it. Vote for. Tell them vote for everybody. But why should someone vote for you? Tell us why they should vote for you.
I should be voted for so I can help uplift the community, give, mentorship to our new generation and help them, succeed in life, be prepared, and just be, all around, help them mold them into good people.
Awesome, awesome. Well, good luck in the competition, and hopefully we get to see you in the next cuts.
Thank you.
Congratulations. Thank you.
Thank you.
University. Hello, my name is Robert Mason. I'm president and founder of the Common Black College application. Our application allows students to apply to over 50 historically black colleges and universities at the same time for only $20. HBCU graduates have been some of the most renowned individuals in their respective fields since the late 1800s. In addition to that, our faculty and staff are truly committed to your success, and they have a vested interest in seeing that you do well. That, coupled with the academic rigor and the fact that you will establish lifelong relationships, are just some of the many benefits of your attending an historically black college and university. So if you're interested in completing the Common Black College app, visit our website at commonblackcollegeapp.com to apply now. Thank you, and get educated.
Welcome back. Welcome back. So
Hi.
we have a new person here today. Well, not today, but we do. We're welcome to round two. So that's a big, a big accomplishment. So
Thank
you do
you.
know that you made it. So you all the way down from top 66, top 50, top 40. Now we're down to top 32. So hey, about that, that's big stuff.
It is. I'm blessed to be here. This is an amazing opportunity. I cannot wait to show you guys my essay, read everything, let you guys get to know a little bit about me. It's just amazing to be here. I'm excited. I'm blessed.
Awesome, awesome. So as our viewing audience know, everyone will be in round two sharing their essay, and some of us are lucky to read. We don't have to deal with a group of people, and then others get to read it by themselves. But so you ready to do your essay?
I am.
Awesome,
I am.
awesome. The floor is all yours.
Also, please excuse any background or anything. I'm currently at work. So, yeah. But let me begin. HBCUs have been long stood at the forefront of diversity, equality, and inclusion long before those terms were even used to describe what the world was lacking. These institutions were born out of a time when our community was denied access, yet we rose up and created safe spaces for growth, knowledge, despite systematic exclusion. These principles that founded HBCUs were the very same driving forces behind today's DEI initiatives through now applied in broader, more inclusive ways that go beyond just Black and brown people. The rich history and legacy of HBCUs inspire me to work harder and aim higher. Our ancestors paved a way that now our generations turn to carry the torch forward. They want us to highlight Black excellence and expand our reach and ensure that we never go backwards. And that means fully leveraging the institution built for our success. And if we stay on the path, the roadmap is already here. But we just have to keep building onto it. This is what drives me to work so hard. And I'm ever so grateful to have these opportunities and to strive to maximize each and every single one of them. Knowing where we come from and how hard it is for us to get to where we are now. This is nothing to dismiss, be ungrateful for, or just simply let go to waste. We must, and I mean must, leverage that for which we have fought for. And with that, I plan to major in political science so I can continue to advocate for our community and for all underrepresented individuals. Not just for the Black and brown, but I also want to take full advantage of attending an HBCU to ensure that I'm in a thriving environment that nourishes Black brilliance and produces diamonds. Through this journey, I aim to grow, to build character, and to give back. I'm especially excited about the 3+3 JD program, which through the grace of God will accelerate my path to become an attorney. And with the knowledge and experience I've obtained, I will continue fighting for those who do not have a voice or who have been silenced. And every time I think about being in a space where iron sharpens iron and where I finally have a seat at the table, I get excited. This is what HBCUs provide. I cannot take on a journey and show others what we are capable of everything and more. This is a representation of Black excellence at its finest. And I am determined to model this as I look forward to going to Tuskegee. So, who am I? I'm Kamara Christian, aka a hungry and determined scholar. So, learn a little bit more about me. In high school, I held several leadership positions that allowed me to advocate for all students. It was not just about going after the ones who looked like me, but for all. I championed inclusivity for the LGBTQ students, students of different racial backgrounds, students with disabilities, and students of all sizes. My mission was to ensure that our campus was a welcoming space for all sizes. And my mission was creating a space for everyone. This was done through creating unions and safe spaces for my peers who felt isolated and excluded, and hosting events that showcased different cultures and raised awareness within the school, shifting the environment to ensure that all understood the importance of representation beyond Hispanics. And I led an ultimate culture shift. It was not easy and came with some pain, but this is where I found my passion. I plan to bring that same energy and passion to my college campus and beyond. My goal is to contribute to making the world a better place. Transitioning from high school to college, I've already began researching organizations at Tuskegee and identifying ways that I can make an impact and further the mission of DEI. I also plan to continue my tutoring youth in marginalized communities in math and science. And for the past 4 years, I've dedicated my time to bridging the learning curves in these tough subjects. These areas where non-white students lack, and it was my goal to ensure that I work with students at an early age, just as one had done for me, to educate them and heighten their knowledge in these areas. But overall, HBCUs have produced some amazing leaders who have had a significant impact in our world, such as Kamala Harris, Oprah Winfrey, Chadwick Boseman, Martin Luther King, and the list goes on. Each one of these individuals has contributed to advocating the mission of DEI before it became a thing. And this further demonstrates that HBCUs have been long at the forefront of DEI. Their legacies reflect the transformative powers of HBCUs. Inspired by that path, I'm committed to continuing this mission. As noted, I plan to do the same and look to each as role models to help me position myself to contribute to making this world a better place. This work will be done inside and outside the classroom to drive meaningful change, just as HBCUs have done for generations. And I'm to lead with purpose and advocate with passion to help shape a more equitable and inclusive future for all. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you for sharing your wonderful speech with us today, your essay. Thank you. Now, I didn't know that you were going to poli-sci, or did you say that the last time?
I did.
I had to talk to like 66
Hey, I
members.
don't I don't blame you.
I had to talk to 66 of you guys. But you know what? This year I have been so blessed to have some amazing young people such as yourself. I told somebody the other day, I was like, this group of young people, they game changers. And, the world is theirs. So thank you so much for even being in the contest. I'll keep my fingers crossed, guys. If you want to vote for her, the information is on the bottom of the screen. She even has her school listed and her slogan as well. But why should people vote for you? I mean, you pretty much gave us the spiel, but why? Just let's reiterate why our people should vote for you.
So, hi, I'm Kamar Christian, aka the Hungry and Determined Scholar, and I say vote for me because vote for change. Vote for something different, unique, but also someone who's going to give back to the community, in which I have been doing. And I have proved that with my experience and even me today working at this nonprofit organization that focus on the recovery of domestic violence and substance abuse. I mean, honestly, I would so grateful to continue my education at Tuskegee, and hopefully you can vote and back me up in that. So thank you. Vote today and go Golden Tigers.
HBCU Trivia Game. This board game provides an exciting and educational way to learn about notable alumni, historical events, sports news, and more. This trivia game is sure to be a hit and perfect for college-bound youth, alumni, and the entire family. Don't miss out on this opportunity to support, educate, and entertain Get the HBCU Trivia Game today. Go to hbcutriviagame.net to order.
What if your greatest breakthrough was on the other side of your story? Inspire Me Moments, Living Out Loud with No Regrets by Anthony Harris Brown isn't just a memoir, it's a mirror, a movement, and a map to becoming who you were meant to be. Through raw honesty, spiritual insight, and empowering reflections, you'll unpack your past, embrace your scars, and rise stronger. This book is for the dreamers, the educators, the men learning to breathe again, the women reclaiming their worth, and the leaders who lead with heart. You'll find real stories of trauma and triumph, tools for healing, and moments that remind you, the cape was never in the closet, it's always been in you. Inspire Me Moments. Live out loud with no regrets and all heart. Get your copy today, everywhere books are sold.
Welcome back. Welcome back. So, as you've been following along, we have had several of our amazing scholars read their essays today as we are on round 2. Can you believe it? We're on round 2. So, welcome. Tell us your name.
Hi, my name is Lashari Patterson Davis, and I plan on attending Morgan State in the fall to major in nursing on a pre-med track.
Awesome. Awesome. So, welcome to the show. I'm so glad that you came to join us.
So my essay is titled The Legacy of HBCUs and the Power of DEI. A big part of promoting diversity, equity, and inclusion in the United States has been achieved by historically Black colleges and universities. And not only have these schools given African Americans the access to education, but they also created areas where these Black excellence can thrive. And after attending 4 HBCU college tours throughout my high school years, I'm excited to say that I'm going to Morgan State University in the fall. And having this opportunity, it just makes me so moved to considering all the history and the dedication that these schools put into producing leaders and making the world a better place. And it makes me more motivated to be better in school and be better in my career, especially considering I want to be a nurse and a future doctor. Participating in these HBCU presentations, I learned that these schools were created in a time where it was really hard for African Americans to get a good education. And a lot of these times, these schools were the only places that Black students can go to college. And while times are changed, it's still a very important place as these schools provide a space where students can feel heard and have a sense of belonging and a sense of power. And it's not just a new trend for these HBCUs to be putting a lot of stress on DEI, but they care about it and it's in their mission. and they care about the growth of their students and how well they are doing in life and how they can make a difference in their communities. And this commitment speaks a lot to me because within nursing and being a doctor, I live by the values of strength and leadership and service. So as I start my journey to Morgan State University, I can't wait to become a part of the college life and join a number of clubs that support my hobbies, like nursing groups where I'll be surrounded by people with the same passion as me, or being in community service projects that help underdeserved people who have health issues and aren't being treated properly. And overall, just working with my peers and supporting the goals of HBCUs by making people, and me myself included, better, as well as fighting for access to equal healthcare. Secondly, I am motivated by the history of HBCUs. I will be taking harder classes. So by taking harder classes, I'll be given the skills and the information I need to be well in my career. And being a nursing student, I am just really interested in being a part of these families, like life-changing experiences. And I know that being a Black nurse, I will have the special chance to be an example and pave the path for those who come after me. And this understanding makes me even more determined to do well in school. I'm committed to supporting DI at Morgan State and in my community. In addition to my academic obligations, I think everybody should have the chance to get a good healthcare. And I'm very, very interested in fixing the issues within the system that make it very hard for these vulnerable populations to get the care they need. So being a nurse will help me prevent that. And I'm also interested in pushing for laws that support DEI in healthcare, as my goal is to actively seek out chances to talk about health equality and social justice within the medical field, and as I progress in my nursing career. And by joining groups with professionals that deal with these problems on a day-to-day basis, working with these healthcare workers, I can help be a part of making changes that matter. And I believe that as a Black nurse, it is my duty to speak up for my community and those who aren't as fortunate in the healthcare field. Thank you.
Awesome, awesome. Well, that is wonderful. And now you said you're going into nursing.
I am. I plan on majoring in nursing on a pre-med track, so eventually I could become a trauma surgeon or an OBGYN.
Oh, wow. Now that is absolutely wonderful. Now, since the last time you've been, we did a couple of additions because many people have asked, how do they get to vote for any of our contestants? So look, I'm going to show you something. On the bottom of the screen, people can actually use that information and they can vote for any of our top 32 contestants. Now, I don't want to let any of them go, but after round 2, we can only take 20 of them with us. So they have to be in top 20. Now, why should people vote for you?
I think people should vote for me. So just because I believe that I deserve the opportunity, and going to school isn't cheap at all. So having this opportunity and being successful with it will help me be able to go to school and learn the things I need to learn, and then give back to the community that gave to me in this situation. So.
Awesome, awesome. So I truly appreciate you coming on and sharing a little bit of yourself as well as your essay. So I wish you much success and keep my fingers crossed that after we do our round 2 cuts, after everybody does their essay reading, that you'll be able to go with us.
Yes,
All right.
my fingers are crossed. Thank you so much for your time.
Awesome, awesome. And you have a wonderful day. See you next time. I'll keep my fingers crossed for you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Look no further. The Daily Gospel Network has what you need. With more than 300 ministries from all over the country broadcasting every week, you're sure to get your dose of spirit-filled encouragement from the great programs on the Daily Gospel Network. Catch the Daily Gospel Network on Roku, Amazon Fire, Apple TV, all mobile devices, and the internet.
Welcome back. Welcome back. See, I told y'all this competition is really, really tough. But however, we have to get through all 32. See, yeah, y'all both made it top 66, top 50, top 40, and now top 32. You all should be people keep y'all in the contest. Now, after everybody gets finished with their essays and reading them, and every show is aired, which will probably be in about a week, we got to keep our our faves in the top 20 because they have worked extremely hard. Now you heard Lashari's essay. Now we are going to hear from our friend Amari. Did I say it right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I got to make sure because I'll mess up a name, not on purpose. But I will. All right, so Amari is going to share her essay with us, and then sometimes I let them dialogue afterwards because I like to hear their point of views, and usually I take myself out the equation so you all can enjoy our scholars. I will hand it over to you, Miss Amari.
Now, real quick question before I start. Is it the whole essay or just my main points?
The whole essay.
Oh, okay. All righty then. Well, hello again. My name is Amari Cranford. I'm a graduated high school senior from the Benton Middle School in Benton, Arkansas. I would like to start by saying thank you, first of all and foremost, for considering me for this scholarship and how far I've gotten in this scholarship. And I would like to thank my family for that too. It means a lot to me because of how close the topic of the essay is for me. It's because of my dad's mom. She was the first Black person to integrate a school down in Texarkana, Texas called Liberty Aloe High School, her and her friend. And it's kind of a funny story how it happened, but that's for later. In the 1960s, the civil rights movement was strong in working to integrate schools. We heard a lot of the respectable long-standing legends such as the Little Rock Nine, Ruby Bridges, so on and so forth. Children like them were worked into white-only schools through the 60s and the early 80s. My granny was a part of the not so spoken about, but still very crucial crowd. And I am forever grateful to her for making history, even if it didn't make national headlines. She integrated a school by the name of Liberty Aloe in Texarkana, Texas. She has told me and my cousin, who is actually attending that school right now, how bad she had it. And because of that, what has changed because of her and her classmates doing the most to get them to where they are today. But it didn't let her shape her to be a bad person. She said the same thing about going into nursing school and working into hospitals. She said that she had many struggles and many problems with her coworkers because of who she was and what she has done for the community, until I heard and saw proof that all of this was true. I was a little skeptical at first, but yeah, it was pretty awesome going back to see the pictures in her yearbook of her and her friend being the only Black people there, and their classmates being like, well, I never thought we'd see another Black person in the school. And it was very interesting and enlightening. I couldn't believe it at the time that only a few years ago, most, if not all, schools in America would have been brought together after decades of separation. I am going to attend the illustrious Tuskegee University in the upcoming fall of 2025. It is known as one of the first, it is not known as one of it is the first HBCUs to be founded in 1881. To be honest, it wasn't my granny who made small history, or it wasn't just my granny who made small history. My great, great, great aunt, who at the time of writing this is 104 years old and still thriving. She sometimes talks about her past, but otherwise we just let her be. She has spoken a time or two about being the only Black girl in school that she went to, as there was no one before her and many after. I want to continue to make my family legacy greater and greater, but it'll be more challenging to get a job in the future to continue said legacy because of the rollback of DEI and the situation of Department of Education. With the dismantlement of DEI and DOE, there are great concerns about the Black community and how we are going to continue as a people. We as a community may disagree on some topics, but we still have the same goal in mind: make this world a better place, leave the past in the past. Oh, I'm sorry, I just glitched out. Make the world a better place and leave the past in the past. In the past, that was accomplished. DEI programs started rolling out into the woodworks and benefiting not only Black people, but brown people and people who often were less fortunate than the standard or financial situations. Without it, there would be more well-off people ignoring many qualified candidates just because they are a little strapped for cash in the moment or because of the color of their skin. It also makes it harder to attend college. Colleges do cost a lot of money, so obviously the less fortunate may not always get the chance to. Sometimes it could cost less because you live in the state or it could be more expensive because you're coming out of state. But with the right HBCU, it can be all worth it. To get a great education and be a part of the culture that thrives on being defiant and doing what we feel is right in our soul, that's what I feel like being a part of the Black community and an HBCU has brought to the table for me. An HBCU can and has produced brilliant minds like George Washington Carver, Martin Luther King Jr., Vivian Thomas, etc. And not to forget the Booker T. Washington, the founder of my school. I had never heard of an HBCU before I talked to my parents about what I wanted to do or where I wanted to go for school. My dad went to the University of Arkansas at Pine Bluff, which is an HBCU in Arkansas, which was the first HBCU I've ever heard of. Being introduced to this world of culture coming from a predominantly white school childhood, it shocked me and it took me by surprise that there are a lot of people who look like me and who were in positions of power, leadership, and trendsetters. I wanted to continue and add on to that list of greatness that has been set before me by entering spaces where we are needed and overlooked. I am going to make myself be seen by the many naysayers that automatically assume that just because I came from an HBCU, which may or may not have suffered from violent crimes done to it, but still stands strong, means that I don't have what it takes. HBCUs have the same goals as other colleges, but just by a different set of rules. Be seen, make a scene, give back to what you came from. And that's exactly what I plan to do. I have big shoes to fill after all, and I have bigger steps to take. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you for sharing your point of views with us. Now, Lashari, if you have any questions, comments, I really, thank you for telling us about your grandmother, your great great grandmother. That was awesome. So yeah, you do have big shoes to fill. But did you have any dialogue for Amari, Lashari?
I just wanted to say I really, really liked how well you related everything back to your personal life. And I feel like with you doing that, it created this more emotional connection to everything you were saying, and it made everything more personal. So I really, really like that of your essay.
Thank you.
Of course.
And again, I'm so sorry that I wasn't able to hear yours, but I bet it was just as amazing, if not better.
No worries. Don't even fret.
It's okay. Things happen. But I was glad that you were able to come and share. Now, before we get out of here, because we gotta go, because I have 32 of essays of greatness, and I'm so glad I'm not a judge because you all really brought it this year with this topic. Please tell us now. Look, if you're watching, please know that across the bottom of the screen that will show you where and how you can vote, because we want these two ladies to make it to the top 20. Now they've survived. They 66, 50, 40, now 32. We got to keep them in there. So if you have heard something and you are really impressed, I know I am. I can't vote and I can't judge, but hey, I can make sure that you all are able to see this wonderful, what you call it, young, gifted, and Black women that we have before us. Now, before we go, ladies, I always have a question. Why should people vote for you?
You can go first, Lashara.
Well, I actually did answer this after my essay, but I will say it again. I believe people should vote for me because it would provide me with the opportunity to get the schooling I need, and that way I can get back to the community that supported me in this situation.
Awesome, awesome. Amari.
I believe you should vote for me because I am working to put myself and to make tracks for others so that way they can follow in my footsteps and or others' footsteps in the veterinary field and also in the wildlife field. And I know it's not a very looked after thing for a lot of Black people because either they're overlooked inside the vet field in general, but I'm hoping to, or not I'm hoping, I will make a
Thank
way
you.
for everybody to have a chance and an equal opportunity to have the jobs that they want.
Awesome, awesome. So I am super proud of both of you as you are going through your first year of life. So please, 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 anything you need, make sure you get those Amazon lists out to family, friends, but also share this link because we want to see you in top 20. So it's been fun, but we got to go. And tomorrow I'll be back with more guests. I have to finish all 32 because our judges, they got to narrow it down to 20. So thank you two ladies. I wish you much success. Amari got class. She's already on campus. Shari is trying to figure out how to get, her items to Morgan State. And it's very, hey, it's about to get really exciting real quick for both of you all. And I'm super proud. So I am your host, Dr. Monique Robinson, proud founder of A Better Chance for You Futures Incorporated. And we are keeping our fingers crossed for both of these ladies to be in top 20.
For inspiration, motivation, and the good news of Jesus Christ. Look no further. The Daily Gospel Network has what you need. With more than 300 ministries from all over the country broadcasting every week, you're sure to get your dose of spirit-filled encouragement from the great programs on the Daily Gospel Network. Catch the Daily Gospel Network on Roku, Amazon Fire, Apple TV, all mobile devices, and the internet.
Tune in to A Better Chance for Youth television show with host Monique Robinson on the Daily Gospel Network, the television show dedicated to highlighting incredible students on their quest to change the world. Join us every week as we uplift the youth and help them on their journey to the bright future they deserve. Catch A Better Chance for Youth television show with host Monique Robinson on the Daily Gospel Network. Thanks for watching A Better Chance for Youth television show with your host Monique Robinson, the television show where we highlight incredible students in their quest to change the world. Join us each and every week as we uplift our youth and help them on their journey to the bright future they deserve. So until next time, God bless, from your friends on A Better Chance for Youth television show with your host Monique Robinson.